Hi there! Thanks for tuning in to another info session with the LMIA Associates. Today we will be discussing work permits. There are many different kinds of work permits that you can obtain depending on your intended purpose in Canada. The most common work permit is what's called the Labour Market Impact Assessment Work Permit. The very first step to obtaining a work permit in Canada is finding an employer in Canada who's willing to hire you. Now many people come to us asking, well, how do I find an employer in Canada? The answer is simple. The same way that anyone in Canada or around the world would find a job, by submitting an application. Send out your resume, see if you can get an interview. Perhaps there is an employer in Canada who's willing to hire you. If you find a potential employer in Canada, they will need to apply for a Labour Market Impact Assessment. This assessment is offered through Social and Educational Development Canada and assesses the merits of the position being offered, the wages being offered, and that the employer is compliant with all requirements. If your employer is successful in obtaining a Labour Market Impact Assessment, you will use this positive assessment to apply for your work permit. Now, just because your employer was successful in their application does not automatically mean that you will be in yours. Part of the work permit application means demonstrating that you have the necessary background, credential, skills, experience to fulfill your intended duties in the position being offered. If an officer who reviews your application finds that your background is not sufficient, your work permit will be refused. As this is a lengthy and two-step process, it is very important to get the job done right the first time. Applying for a work permit is obviously crucial to many people's future goals in Canada. Contact LMIA Associates as we know how to get the job done right the first time. We will outline the documentation you will need to provide, assist you and your employer with both steps of the process, and be with you every step of the way. With LMIA Associates, there is always a way.